It's weird when it comes to this stuff. They can like signal the anti-cop bullshit, but I remember the right wing losing their fucking mind at a few people at a BLM rally back in like 2015 where they were talking about like fry 'em like bacon, and people lost their collective minds about that on the right wing. And now the right wing is like, yeah, the cops are pigs because they won't let me cough in people's faces without a mask. So yes, Abiy Yemini, pro-Israeli Palestine conflict. He's an IDF soldier, ex-IDF. Let's see what he does.
On Sunday, the Melbourne Jewish community held a rally in solidarity with Israel. Now, when the peaceful event was announced, two groups took to the internet calling on people to travel to the Jewish neighborhood for the sole purpose of interrupting the event. Antifa organized a counter-protest, inviting their friends to rally.
So, Antifa organized a counter-event. It says Free Palestine Melbourne. How is this Antifa?
And they're sharing Jews against fascism. So Antifa.
Yeah, so they're
against fascism.
So it's a Free Palestine group is sharing a Jewish group's event to protest a pro-Israel event. That's amazing. So Jews and Palestinians are working together against Israel. I'm down for that.
They always do.
What is this about Antifa? I mean, technically, this is anti-fascist. Like, I will give it to him. I do think Israel is pretty fascist.
In the same park, only meters away, and a woman posted a video on TikTok that went viral, inciting jihadis also to head to Corfu.
What?
I love you know what to do. Here's the best part. I don't know this to be the case, but listen what he claims this music is.
Yep. That was the ISIS anthem playing in the background.
Did ISIS have an anthem? There's no way they had a fucking anthem.
Yeah, I have no idea like how maybe do ISIS anthem.
Did ISIS have an anthem? I'm gonna get like.
So I got Dawlat al-Islam Kamat. My Ummah Dawn has appeared. Is a chant. So that's a chant. Is it a...
Yeah.
The chant is frequently removed from internet websites such as SoundCloud and YouTube due to violating the policies. So I mean, it could be this. I don't know. Either way, the funny thing is, like, you get one. It's also used in many internet memes. And well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's elements of this that he showed where I'm like, this feels like a meme. This feels like a joke to me. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's TikTok. Like,
yeah.
It's memes.
Yeah.
Yep. That was the ISIS anthem playing in the background with the message, you know what to do. So it's no surprise that both groups showed up to interrupt the family-friendly event. And
so wait, both groups show up. So does that mean like these people are ISIS apparently? What is he saying?
Antifa and ISIS, classic allies working together.
Oh my god.
Surprised that both groups showed up to interrupt the family-friendly event, and I was there to greet them. First, Antifa. They're protesting the thousands that have come here to stand in solidarity with Israel and for peace. These people here, they're not calling for peace. They're calling to wipe Israel off the map.
Fuck yeah.
I want to say, too, there's a weird thing here which catches my eye, which is like, notice, like, again, this was a pro-Israel event, so no wonder that they have the bigger numbers. This is the counter demonstration. But look where the cops are facing. So I always know this to be the case, But there's a sense in which, like, when I go to a lot of anti-fascist type demonstrations where a fascist group has come to our town and I go to protest against it, we tend to outnumber the fascists. And so the cops are often surrounding the few of them and facing the thousands of us kind of dynamic, right? And so there's an element to just say that it's a pragmatic thing. And you saw the same thing in Toronto when they held the pro-Palestinian event, where you had the few pro-Israel people sort of in this caged area with the police surrounding them, protecting them to a certain degree. But here, the smaller number is the pro-Palestinian groups, and yet still, the police are facing them with their backs towards the fascists. That should tell you, like, it like proves my deeper suspicions, which is that we know who they're there to protect, you know. And it's
I mean, it's Australia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, imagine this would happen in Canada too.
But what I mean also is just like the relationship of the Australian right, or the Australian state in general, kind of regardless of what electoral party is ruling them, is has a very strong relationship to white supremacy and fascism. Like, they're the ones who taught, like, Trump copied the like concentration camps in the US off of the Australian detention centers because they are some of the like most brutal detention centers fucking anywhere. Like, there are people who have been there for decades type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like Guantanamo but for refugees type of thing.
No, they're bad.
Australia, this is like so, you know, this is just like standard, you know? It's Australia.
It's also standard for a settler colonial state as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they all feed off one another.
Yes.
They've just been chanting from the river to the sea.
It's just more like, even to note, like, could you imagine, like, look at all the police and police on horseback for what looks like 10, 15 people. Like, if that was happening to anti-lockdown people, they would literally be crapping in their pants about, like, the tyranny that has been brought in. In fact, you did have horseback at, like, Adam Skelly's barbecue and have people, the anti-lockdown people, losing their collective fucking minds over it. And this over a few people demonstrating another demonstration. I mean, like, like hypocrite points, all that fun stuff. But now we get the fun line. He's gonna say something about the from the river to the sea line.
They've just been chanting from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That is calling for the annihilation of the Jewish state, wiping it off the map. When I try.
So.
Yep.
It depends, of course, what he means by annihilation, but I take it from the river to the sea as no claims about what kind of like thing would come in, because like it could be a one-state solution where both Israelis and Palestinians.
That's exactly what it's calling
for. Single country, not calling. So in that sense, Israel, as they want it, as a completely Jewish apartheid state, yes, that would go away. But would be in its place is a better fucking place, no matter what you want to call it. But he's making it like what the intonation, or like what he's trying to get across, is this idea that these protesters over here want to annihilate and murder Jewish people, which is not at all what they're calling for. And I feel like he fucking knows that too, but he's purposely being a propagandist. He's being a propagandist. Again, he was an IDF soldier. Avi Yamini was an IDF soldier. He probably killed Palestinians. I don't know. Quite possible.
Tried to get a little closer to Antifa, I was stopped.
Do you think being here is a provocative move or a smart idea, or
I would love to have a chat with them, but
about what?
about what they're here for.
Yeah, okay, I reckon that opportunity could be brought together later. If we can maybe speak with one of their organisers and pull you aside, we can possibly do that. I don't know how cooperative they're going to be.
Yeah.
Look at how he's getting along with the police at this protest.
Yeah. And just the idea of the cops being the one that are organizing an interview is very fucked up.
And it's also weird because Avi Yemini has been when Australia, sadly, well, I mean, good for them, but sad for the rest of us, really did a good job at dealing with the pandemic. But back when Melbourne was locking down, because they had like a slight increase of cases, he was one of the assholes doing all the anti-lockdown stuff, and Avi Yemini himself got like arrested several times at anti-lockdown protests in Australia. And now he has such a cozy relationship with them when it's Palestine and Israel dueling protests.
Why is there so much police around them?
To stop them from getting in touch with them.
Do you think they're going to get violent?
They're pretty open about it.
Oh, wasn't that open about it?
Oh yeah, no, like they're just like blatant.
And it's amazing. You know what's amazing? Because like I honestly feel like that logic is what the police forces even use here, which was like the reason why they surround Pegida and have their backs towards Pegida is to prevent the side that we're on from attacking them. However, it is always the case that the group that the police are protecting are the ones who are going to attack. At every rally that I've been to, one of them ends up getting arrested. So I think I mentioned this before. A Jewish Defense League individual who was protecting Pegida at a protest that happened a week after Charlottesville in our city, they ended up punching a protester in the face. And out of the whole thing, they were one of the only ones who got arrested. It was a JDL supporter protecting Pegida, who was behind the cop lines, just as he's saying. They were the ones that instigate and fight shit. No more Australia, no more Israel, no more colonial. No more Canada.
They're here for peace.
Yeah.
That's what they claim.
Look at that shit.
Let's see if they want to spread their message through
They're here
Rebel
for
News.
peace, and then he rolled
I have
his
a
eyes.
feeling they're a little bit nervous to talk to me. Now, while the police were offering Antifa organisers a chance to chat with us, I noticed a far left-wing journalist, John Safran, cruising between the groups without any police interference. John, how'd you get on that side?
I'm just being
How'd you get on that, John?
I'm just covering.
They said that you're only allowed to be on this side or that side, John. How'd you get on that side? John Safran is the dodgiest guy in town. That was the moment I realised that I must change my tactic. I need to embrace my internal John Safran. So I sent one of our videos.
I mean, I could probably have a guess. It's maybe because you're for an out-fascist network that maybe the anti-fascists don't want to talk to you. That would
I wonder how well that's known in Australia.
It's kind of known. He's been recognized at other things as Rebel News in town. I've seen that.
Yeah, I guess like I wonder how popular it is there, you know, in comparison to Canada, where it's not everybody knows them here either, right? Yeah. But like, yeah, we've seen people recognize him before, so it would fucking suck if Rebel News was real big in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that they're big in Australia or at least big in Melbourne, which is where he's from, right? That's my guess.
Videographers to sneak across the line and try to chat with Antifa.
Where are you with?
It's Rebel Media.
I'm working for the media. I'm working for the media. Which media? It's a Canadian media.
It's Avi's channel.
No, it's not Avi's channel. It's a Canadian media.
Avi does stuff on Rebel Media, man.
Avi does, though. So
Yeah,
you're right.
fuck up.
See, look, but here's the thing: is of course Australian anti-fascist activists are gonna know who the fuck he is, though. You know what I mean? Like, of course.
Oh, that's so good, though.
Yeah. I mean, for one, they know who he is, so they hate him. But then it was the fact that they knew that it was a part of a Canadian network. Yeah. God damn it.
He probably should have just hidden those credentials.
And you're saying it's Canadian?
It's a Canadian company paying my time to interview you.
It's recording, by the way. He hasn't asked our permission.
No, I'm asking if you want an interview. I don't put your face.
It's recording.
No, but I don't ask. I want to ask questions. I don't ask you. I want to ask. I'm asking permission.
You're recording us without permission. You're recording us without permission.
If you use that footage, I'll sue you.
If you're going to use that footage, I'm going to sue you. Why do they always threaten that?
Why do they always threaten that? Again, like, it's harassment. Like, this is like the ongoing threat. Is like, rather than just taking no for an answer, they pester and pester and pester, poke and prod, poke and prod. And my guess is the reason why he did back down is because they did say that they're going to sue them. And he said, why did they always say that? I don't know, Rebel, the people who sue fucking everyone. Like, you tell me why they might say it.
I wonder if Australia has like actually good privacy laws too.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know enough about our legal system. I can't can't know them all.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I feel like every single time we've talked about Avi, Tim is not in the chat. Every single time. Because he might be able to answer some of these questions, at least more than I can. As our resident
next time we get Tim in the
scholar.
chat,
Yeah.
drag him in and make him answer for Australia's crimes.
We've interviewed Tim a bunch of times. Like, especially we interviewed Tim back when we had the lockdown, or the lockdown was happening in Melbourne. And I brought him in for another one because there was another case where like it was the. Or I don't think I interviewed him, but I asked him because it was like the one person at a Australian university was claiming he was being removed from the university because of cancel culture, when it turns out that he like sexually assaulted someone or something. I don't know if it like reached the level of sexual assault or if it was just harassment. I can't remember. But either way.
Here's a tip, guys. It's free for you. If you don't want to be filmed acting like morons in public, then maybe just don't act like morons in public. Anyways, that didn't work. So I waited around to catch them as they dispersed. Yeah. You're the one that came here to... This was an event you came to protest. Have your say. I've got a microphone for you. I can amplify your anti-Semitism. I can amplify your self-Jew hatred. You're a proud Jew, but you stand for the annihilation of a Jewish state. So come and defend it. Why are you here today?
Like,
God.
Again, harassment. Damn self-report. What's self-report? It's just like amazing to me that they're like completely. I mean, they have to know that what they're doing is harassment, but like, I don't know, belligerently and calling someone a self-hating Jew in public as a journalist is not journalism. That's harassment. It just is, you know.
I don't seem to want to talk much. I like to shout stuff from across a police line. Here, maybe you look lovely today. We're here against Israel. I don't blame her for running away because, really, how can they justify chanting from the river to the sea, i.e. driving the Jewish state into the sea at a rally that...
Yeah. That's what that line means. That's exactly what that line means.
I mean, you said it, Avi. Not me.
What? The funny thing, too, Cars, what you said here, protesters should play DMCA music, is Emily Leadham, who is a union activist, and I think Saskatchewan? Either Saskatchewan or Manitoba. I know she's in one of the prairie provinces. She used to do that to Kian Bexley whenever he would come out to union things and then harass her. Is she would have like this little speaker thing that would play DMCA-able music so that he couldn't use any of the footage.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. We even recommended, because we covered the LCBO Scotch thing, we got in touch with Ashley, the manager, and one of the things Ken told her was like, next time David Menzies comes in, just blare DMCA music over the speakers. So So at least that LCBO knows what to do in case David Menzies comes back.
Emily's based in Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, yes, okay. I knew it was Manitoba or Saskatchewan. I couldn't figure out which one.
It was annoying me, so I had to look it up.
And she does a great podcast, or I'm pretty sure she still does it. It's a Prairie File Rank and File, or Rank and File Prairie Edition, something like that is the podcast. It's really great. If you want in-depth Prairie Union news, but it's really good.
That was merely calling for peace between two peoples. They can't. Minutes later, though, the other group arrived. Police blocked a car with 3 men shouting in Arabic and giving ISIS hand gestures from gaining...
What is an ISIS hand gesture?
I don't know.
I think you just like pretend to jerk yourself off. I think that's the one.
They do. No, it's like YMCA, but it'd be like ISIS. Also, I want to acknowledge, he wants to say that the pro-Palestinian people are more violent or whatever. And then it's like 3 dudes in a car. Look at this crowd of people here that clearly probably would be the ones wanting to beat the shit out of them, you know?
Car with 3 men shouting in Arabic and giving ISIS hand gestures from gaining access to the park.
Come on!
Exactly.
Come on!
That's the ISIS hand gesture?
Apparently raising your finger. That guy's giving the middle finger. Come on. Yeah. That's not...
ISIS represent!
It's the I in ISIS. That's the symbol.
Oh, wait, what's this? So apparently ISIS does have a new symbol according to 2 cars here? Pull this shit up.
It's literally apparently just holding your fist up with like your index finger out, which is such obvious bullshit. Like,
wow. So the person was, so Abby is gonna claim that the one dude with their finger up, this is a, oh my god. I gotta read this article. You gotta see this shit. So this is what this article is claiming. ISIS has a new hand sign, and it means far more than we're number 1. I don't know about the world, or Michael Scholar. The Islamic State militants, known as ISIS, are now using a single raised index finger as the symbol of their cause. It's a well-known sign of power and victory around the world, but for ISIS, it has a more sinister meaning. Nathaniel Zelinsky writes in Foreign Affairs that the gesture refers to the Tawhid, the belief in the oneness of God and a key component of the Muslim religion. So yeah, we're number 1. It's the same fucking gesture. Everyone uses this gesture.
Yeah. And it's also just like, if you're telling people off, like, I guess I don't know if that's as much of a thing in Australia, but like, you know, you have your one finger out, you're like, oh, like, I don't know, it's such bullshit.
The next time I see any like fascist who's like using like the one finger to be like, you blah, 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 and I'll be like, whoa, and whoa, we're dueling ISIS now. Oh my god, what a joke! Who would even like decide to write this? Michael Scholar. Let's see what other fucking shit this person is written. If it's even gonna let me. After an early career mistake of leaving Paris, okay, and the French wine trade. So we're dealing with someone who used to be in the French wine trade. I recovered by becoming a reporter. I've written for magazines like Glamour, where I was the only male on staff for a brief time. Reported on science and tech for WGBH TV. Covered Somalia, Rwanda, and South Africa as NPR's Africa correspondent. Created online games like Budget Hero, and started the public insight network of citizen sources that many newsrooms use today. Okay.
Holy shit, he made Budget Hero?
Yeah.
You never play? Did you guys ever play that? That game is fucking amazing.
No.
No, it's really cool. So what you can do, right, is you set up a new game, and you get these cells, right, and then you can enter like how much money you theoretically would have, and then the other cells you can enter formulas to subtract it and see how much you'd have after like looking at groceries and I'm thinking of Excel. Wait, never mind. Yeah, I've never played Budget Hero. Never mind. Sorry. But I bet it's an amazing game.
You had me so convinced. I was hoping I was going to get an actual game.
No, Ron bragging that he knows how to use Excel.
Well, the thing is, so Elrod used to, what was the game? Retail Master, whatever?
Oh, King of Retail.
So, like, part of me was like, you're clearly into these games, so I'm sure you know what Budget Hero is.
No, I'm looking at it.
Retail fucking games.
I'm looking at. I tried to Google this shit, and it looks so fucking bad. It looks so fucking bad.
Tukar said it's very troubling how much ISIS has infiltrated all sporting events.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Even in America too. It's horrendous.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think I saw LeBron James do that once.
That's amazing. Avi, you mini, you idiot.
Notice that the driver was wrapped in a keffiyeh, the Palestinian headscarf.
Like, you can even see he's doing like a pointing action. Like, it's not even like you know what I mean? It's not even like, even if you wanted to say it's like a your number one thing, that's not even what he's doing.
Is anyone here scared of that carload that just came by? I stayed around as the crowd headed home to see if anything escalates, and I managed to actually find that same car doing laps around the park looking for Jews to attack. But
like, what a fucking way to frame that. Looking for Jews to attack. May we remind people that he interviewed someone who was Jewish, who was a part of the protest that these people were apparently a part of, against the pro-Israel side.
Police stopped me from engaging him.
Off the road, mate. Thank you. Thank you. Off the road. Thank you.
And it wasn't the only car circling the area on a mission. Mate, where are you from? What area?
I'm down from St Kilda.
You're from St Kilda?
Let him go. See you, mate.
You live in St... What is that? What?
Come on, mate.
No, I
Let's let him go.
just wondering why you...
Come on, mate. It's only
What is that?
It's only encouraging bad behaviour, mate.
So you've got you know, Arabs from suburbs, not Caulfield, that have come specifically to the area to try and intimidate Jews who are coming in solidarity for the only Jewish state.
God.
Just ends like that.
Yeah.
Mid-sentence.
So, yes, we've noticed some weird editorial decisions, and yeah, we're gonna move on. I mean, I have nothing else to add to that. It's just like, I don't know. It feels to me, I don't know how to like word this, but like, we've heard Ezra and Joel talk about this, the Palestine occupation, but like they couch it, like they made it like all about international conflict kind of stuff here. And like the biggest thing that I can say is they keep on referring to every pro-Palestinian rally as being pro-Hamas. But I feel like Avi Yemini went even further with like a lot of like conflations here. Because even in Ezra's coverage, although Ezra has said similar things in the past, was not conflating Jews with the Israeli state as much as Avi was in this 7-minute video. Very, very yikesy. Very yikesy. And yes, I would say it is libel saying that they're looking for Jews to attack. Well, I mean, it's very libel to say that they're ISIS members as well. He referred to those people in the car as being ISIS supporters, all because of...
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.